Today we go over the future of the Star Wars franchise after Star Wars Episode 9, specifically the Rian Johnson Trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, these past couple of weeks and months, we've been hearing a whole lot more about Rian Johnson's trilogy and what Disney may very well be doing with the set of Star Wars films that Rian Johnson is set to write this fall of 2018. Now, we have been hearing a lot of things such as Disney and Lucasfilm delaying the production of his trilogy. This also includes pre-production, which is the whole entire, script writing process, etc. So there's a lot that has been going on with Rian's trilogy, apparently, and we're really not quite sure as to whether or not this thing will actually even happen. We've heard also the past couple of weeks or so that Disney may very well be changing Rian Johnson's trilogy, and we've all been wondering as to exactly what does that mean. Now, in addition, some updates that we have been hearing about, Disney may actually change Rian Johnson's trilogy significantly by connecting it to the sequel trilogy and after 9, placed in a different part of the galaxy. So this is the biggest question that we all have been asking ourselves, right? What's to come after Episode 9? Are we going to get a 10, 11, and a 12? What's the deal? What's going on here? Now, we do know that Episode 9 is serving as the end of the end when it comes to at least the Skywalker saga. This is it. There is no more Skywalker saga movies coming out after this. Even StarWars.com actually announced that this is the final film of the Skywalker saga. But what comes after Episode 9? Would there be a movie after that film? Now, Rian Johnson's trilogy, he has stated before in the past that this trilogy is going to be written on a blank canvas and not connected to any existing Star Wars lore or any Star Wars planets or characters that we are all familiar with within the galaxy itself. So, with that being said, the whole entire apparent plan by Disney and Lucasfilm is to somehow avoid that blank canvas format and have it connect to what we are all familiar with, yet it's something new at the same exact time. Now, we have been hearing a lot of things about Episode 9 and Rey and crew venturing into the unknown regions. Now, we do know that the unknown regions holds the truth of the Force, as Snoke and Luke Skywalker ventured out there to learn more about it. They were on a path to learning more about the truth of the Force. At least Snoke went out there. As far as I know about Luke Skywalker, he didn't reach out to the unknown regions, but with Rian Johnson, I could see how this could also serve as a blank canvas, while also Disney and Lucasfilm being able to use that as a way to connect it to Episode 9, if Episode 9 is indeed going to have and feature the unknown regions as a location for the overall movie. Now, Rian Johnson, I feel like that somebody else has to take over Rian in order to, essentially have a veteran director and writer on board. Now, we actually heard this before in the past, that is indeed what Disney and Lucasfilm wants now for their Star Wars movies, is to only have veteran writers and directors. Now, the thing is this, I feel like that somebody that has a lot of experience should be involved with a Star Wars movie from this point in time, where, let's say example, Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, just as examples, Christopher Nolan, etc. Those are just examples. Whether or not you disagree or agree with them, that's perfectly fine and okay. But if Disney and Lucasfilm, they go through the plan of changing Rian Johnson's trilogy by connecting it somehow to the sequel trilogy taking place after Episode 9, but placed in a different part of the galaxy, while also maintaining that whole entire format of writing it on a blank canvas, that would apparently be their new way of approaching Johnson's trilogy. We do know that ever since the Solo: A Star Wars Story box office results, apparently a lot of the other standalone films have been cancelled, some of which put on hold, and one is apparently moving forward, and that is the Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars movie. As far as the Boba Fett movie goes, we've heard that has been cancelled, and that James Mangold is not actually involved in that project. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens with Johnson's trilogy. I know a lot of you guys have been saying that you believe that it will never happen and that Disney and Lucasfilm will eventually come to the final conclusion of letting him go. The problem is that Rian Johnson, to my knowledge, he's locked in on a contract here, and it will be very expensive to essentially fire him or just let him go. So I don't know if Disney and Lucasfilm would do something around those lines. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon,